Oh, yeah. We got a lot of rain yesterday. We got soaked. The grass needed it. It's a beautiful evening here in Texas, and all I hear is a bunch of tree frogs and a dog barking, and it's kind of nice.
Yep. And a dog barking. That's what I hear every day. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. James Rule, XRP. I live in the country. I mean, you can relax. You don't have all the noise, all the city noise, all the traffic. There's farm life out here. I feed the squirrels every day. As a matter of fact, I'm watching them fight over the peanuts on my front porch right now as I look out the front window, and there's cows and horses in the distance. So, yeah, it's the country life, and I could pretty much open my mind up to the possibilities of all the aspects of everything we talk about every day. Today, we're going to talk about XRP. We're going to talk about David Schwartz. Joel Cass, I asked AI about David Schwartz, and it summed it up for us. And we're going to have a good time. And if you have not followed me on Twitter, or they call it X, follow me at All the Money. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a crypto teacher. I answer a lot of questions. People send me instant messages. I will never send you an instant message unless you ask me something first. So watch out for imposters out there. And, it's funny, this morning, before I got all my content together, one of my family friends called me and said, "Hey, James, can you come by the house sometimes this week and tell me about this iTrustCapital? I don't want to have to worry about my own wallets or worry about moving it from my own wallet to an exchange whenever this thing moons or whatever. Can you come by and tell me about iTrustCapital?" And I said, absolutely. I'll be there tomorrow. iTrustCapital is one of my top sponsors. You can move over 401ks. You can move over IRAs, crypto IRAs from other companies. And when you move them to iTrustCapital right now, you get a 2% bonus up to $500,000. You can move 401ks over. You can move IRAs over. You can get a premium custody account, which I'm going to go over tomorrow with my family friend. And if you fund your account through my link, you're going to get a $100 funding bonus. So click on the link below, sign up for free. It's easy. There's even a phone number you can call if you have any questions, and tell them James Rule, XRP sent you by. All right, crypto numbers. We are at $2.6 trillion total market cap. Bitcoin is a little above 75,000. Ethereum is 2,300 range. XRP is $1.42. We're still hanging around 142, 143. That's okay. Back up the truck, not financial advice. So OKX posted this at 4:30 this morning. And happy 420, everybody. XRP, mind-blowing. What is OKX talking about? Did they just now acquire XRP? Have they had XRP? Do they know something about XRP that we don't know about? Well, I responded with Justin Timberlake peeking around the corner going, yep, yeah, what's up? What's up? So let's go and get into it. So this morning I got on Super Grok. If you have a Premium Plus account with X, you get the Super Grok feature, which is incredible. It goes through all these different agents and it pulls up all this wonderful information. Well, I asked Grok this morning, I said, how smart is David Schwartz? And he goes by @JoelKatz on Twitter or X. I'm going to read it out for you, and you're going to learn more about David Schwartz. I got to meet him several times at the last few meetings I went to. So David Schwartz, CTO Emeritus at Ripple, is one of the original architects of the XRP ledger, is exceptionally smart, top tier in applied cryptography, distributed systems, and blockchain engineering. He's not the kind of genius with a publicized 160 plus IQ or Nobel level theoretical breakthroughs, but this track record shows deep, practical intelligence, the ability to invent, build, and explain complex systems that actually work at scale. Here's the evidence-based breakdown. Education and early foundations. A bachelor's in electrical engineering from the University of Houston, Hello, Texas, graduated in 1990. No advanced degree, no PhD or multiple masters, but he was already a prodigy level tinkerer, programming calculators as a preschooler in the 70s and playing competitive chess. Self-directed expertise in cryptography and networking built through hands-on work, not just academia. Key technical achievements, proof of smarts. 1988 patent, granted in 1991 as US 5025369A. While still in and just out of college, he founded his own company and invented a multi-level distributed computer system for spreading workloads across PCs. This was decades before Bitcoin. He was publicly noted that core ideas from his patent reemerged in the Bitcoin white paper 20 years later. It's essentially an early blueprint for distributed ledgers and fault-tolerant networks. He co-created the XRP ledger, 2011 onward. As chief cryptographer, then CTO, he helped design the Ripple protocol consensus algorithm and the overall architecture for fast, low-cost cross-border payments. This isn't hype. It is production blockchain that runs reliably over a decade with real institutional use. Pre-Ripple high-stakes work. Built encrypted cloud storage and secure messaging systems for clients like CNN and the NSA. That's not entry-level stuff. It requires elite-level understanding of security, cryptography, and real-world system engineering. Hello, people. Peer and community recognition. Colleagues from LinkedIn, recommendations, and long-term collaborators describe him as one of the smartest individuals and one of the most skilled software engineers, able to quickly analyze any problem and develop solutions regardless of the complexity. He is a respected voice in crypto because he explains dense topics, consensus, security, DeFi clearly without jargon overload. His ex-posts and AMAs show sharp, logical thinking. He calls out nonsense, including in his own community, and values evidence over hype. XR community fans often call him a genius, but that's enthusiasm. The real signal is his influence. He's still advising on XRP ledger development and academic blockchain efforts, even after stepping back from day-to-day CTO duties. The bottom line, in his domain, cryptography and blockchain distributed system, he's among the sharpest practitioners out there, proven by early patents, NSA-level work, and co-inventing production-grade tech that powers billions in value. Smart like a battle-tested engineer who ships real systems, not just theorizes. No public IQ number exists, and IQ isn't a great measure anyway, but his output over 35 years speaks louder than any test score. If you're in the XR space, you've seen it firsthand and how he engages technically. And I tell you what, like I said, I got to meet him several times last year at Ripple Swell, and I asked him a question about the Ripple IPO, and he talked to me for an hour. And everybody was gathered around me and David, and just people were just in awe because he starts to talk and he continues to explain and he goes into detail and his mind never sleeps. I guarantee when he's asleep, his mind never sleeps. So I can't wait to meet you again at Ripple Swell here in the next 10 days. Thank you very much, David Schwartz. All right, Franklin Templeton Digital Assets. XRPZ provides exposure to XRP without the hassle of buying it directly. And I said exposure. All the big players are coming around. And I said, buckle up. Why did I say buckle up? Because Nate Garacci got another one out there. Schwab Crypto is coming soon. Fidelity already offers direct crypto trading. How long will Vanguard hold out? Think will become increasingly think if they continue to simply ignore crypto. Things will become increasingly problematic if they continue to simply ignore crypto. It was a typo there on his part. Huge wealth transfer over the next decade or two. This will take money elsewhere. So Vanguard takes care of a lot of 401k providers in the United States. They provide 401k, money market funds, stocks and all this stuff. Wait until Vanguard starts incorporating cryptocurrency into their 401k portfolios, and you're looking at billions upon billions, if not trillions of dollars funneling into the world of crypto. And it's starting to happen now, people. So if you're just now dipping your toes into cryptocurrency, get ready for massive things. Get ready for big things. Stop looking at the price. Start accumulating. Start studying these blockchain ecosystems. Start understanding what they're all about. Rapid Response 47 has 1.7 million followers. We made huge progress, says SEC Chair Paul Atkins on his work at the SEC. Rather than fending off new, innovative types of technologies, we're embracing them. And listen to Paul Atkins here. This new administration is no longer regulating by enforcement like Gary Gensler did. And I'm not even going to mention Gary anymore. Let's go.
We've made huge progress, I think. I promised a new day at the SEC when I came aboard, and we've pivoted from the old practice of regulation through enforcement and the opaqueness of the agency, as it, for example, with crypto, as you mentioned, that was job one, to focus on that. And so basically we're instituting a strategy that I'm calling our ACT strategy: advance, clarify, and transform. So advance meaning modernization of our approach. So rather than fending off new innovative types of technologies, we're embracing them. And so to make them so that we'll bring them from offshore, where people fled, to come back to the United States to really work on their products. And then second, to clarify things. SEC was very opaque as to how it would approach crypto and other things. We've clarified it with a CFTC. We had an interpretative release with focusing on defining tokenized securities versus other digital assets and our commodities. And finally, to transform, to focus on making our rule book fit for purpose so that we can then make IPOs great again.
So this administration has totally flipped the script. If you were with me for the past 4 or 5 years and went through everything we went through with the Ripple lawsuit, regulation by enforcement, Wells notices being sent out to companies for no reason, the SEC making the rules as they went and running companies offshore to the UAE, to the UK, to Japan, all the above. Well, the United States wants these companies, this open arms, the SEC, the CFTC, wants all these companies that the Gensler era ran off to come back and to make the United States the crypto capital of the world, people. So I jump into different networks. I've been jumping into Zebic, the ZBCN token, not financial advice. Do your research. They're going to be at XRP Las Vegas. Hello. So yesterday I asked the question, tell me everything you know about the Canton network. And it's the Canton token. CC is the acronym. Well, Andrew Wood said Canton is Wall Street's 10 years of developing a private network based off of DAML programming so the top end of town can use crypto technology to compete in the future. It's so obvious, it's like if you were buying Microsoft in 1986. This is Canton. It's currently 15 cents. I got it at Uphold. I hold it at Uphold. I think you can get it at Kraken. There's not many exchanges that have Canton right now, but Canton has worked with the DTCC. The DTC, they're working on tokenization of securities, trillions, if not quadrillions of dollars. And I'll tell you what, there's some amazing things happening. When you start looking at one network like the XRP Ledger or, Zebic or different ecosystems out there, check this out. As of December 31st, 2025, Northern Trust reported $1.8 trillion in assets under management. The firm also reported a higher figure of $14.9 trillion in assets under custody and administration. And why do I bring this up? Because Northern Trust builds tokenized custody capabilities on the Canton network. And like I said, this is not financial advice. This is a 15, almost 16 cent token, an ecosystem that is tokenizing. Do your research. This article came out on Forbes. From traditional finance, TradeFi, to digital assets. How institutional players are driving the mainstream adoption of blockchain. And I tell you what, it goes through and it talks about from skepticism to strategic interest, the role of asset managers and institutional trust, Blockchain is infrastructure, not just investment. How regulation is shaping institutional confidence, clients' expectations are also driving change. And I'm not going to read this article for you, but you know, local CPAs here in Texas are not that educated on blockchain and crypto. And, you know, major corporations like Morgan Stanley, like all of these family offices and all that do not know about crypto. Well, the clients at these, you know, these customers at the banks, the clients for these CPAs, they're wanting the CPAs, they're wanting the banks, they're wanting everybody to let them incorporate cryptocurrency into their portfolios, people. The community is demanding that these major players incorporate cryptocurrency into their portfolios, or they're going to move on to different providers. They're going to go to where, you know, Franklin Templeton is accepting it, or, you know, whoever now is really starting to get into crypto. That's where all the money is going to shift over to. Get ready, people. Some amazing things are going to happen. And I'm going to end it with this. Patrick Bet David. No matter what you do, you'll be criticized. Win, and they're going to call you greedy. Lose, they're going to call you lazy. So stop performing for them. Pick a notable path you can live with. You won't win over all your critics ever, do you? Just like crypto. Whenever you invest in crypto, whenever you talk about XRP or Debit or Canton or whatever, people are going to laugh at you. People are going to say that's stupid. It's going to go to zero. You don't know what you're talking about. You need to leave your money in the bank and all this. Well, whenever we win, they're going to call you, they're going to say you were lucky. They're going to call you greedy and lucky. And when you lose, yeah, they're going to call you lazy. So this is just life. You know, you have to push through all the negativity. You have to get through it, and you have to know exactly what you're doing, and you have to have faith in yourself, because these determining factors right now in this age of technology and blockchain and digitization, tokenization, is going to make so many people extremely, extremely wealthy. And we're talking about generational wealth. We're talking, you put $100 into this, $1,000 into this. Okay, next week you're putting $50 into this, 25 into it. You are accumulating. You are accumulating wealth. You are accumulating life-changing wealth right now, people. So be sure to subscribe, share my channel, like my videos, watch all of my videos. I try to mix it up a little bit, and I make it fun for everybody every day. But hang in there. Do the right thing. Trust your instinct. Trust your heart. Don't let other people influence you. And have a good day. And don't forget, people, I told you so.